Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be filming a step-by-step makeup tutorial for beginners. This video is longer than I would normally do my makeup, and the reason for that is because I'm spending the time explaining all the tips and tricks around beginners, makeup techniques and styles. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then keep on watching. The MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. This creates a luminous finish to the skin. The Luma Natural Radiance Primer. So this is a great primer if you want to add bronze back to your skin. So if you are a little bit pale or you want to match your neck to your face, if you don't tan your face, then that is a really good primer. However, in saying that, you don't need to go out and buy a primer. If you are just starting out with makeup, you can just focus on having good skincare and a moisturiser as your base. Any moisturiser will do, so one that suits your skin type. For my daily makeup wear, I always apply SPF. I apply 50 plus SPF, and the SPF that I love to use is the Mecca Cosmetica 2 Safe Face 50 plus SPF. What I love about this SPF is it doubles as a moisturiser. So you want to start off with a cleansed face. So when I say cleansed, I mean you either wash your face or you clean it with micellar water or a makeup remover. So you want to make sure that your face is clean and it doesn't have any grease, so that makeup can be flawless like when you apply it. What you also want to do is then moisturize. So I'm going to use the Neutrogena Water Gel Moisturizer. This creates a beautiful base for your makeup. So let me just add it to my face now. If you are applying makeup directly to your skin and you haven't moisturized, particularly if you have dry skin, then you're going to find that the makeup grips to the dry areas of your face. And you want to avoid that because that's what's going to make your makeup look quite patchy and uneven. So having a moisturized face is incredibly important. There are lots of foundations that you can use, so you don't have to again go out buy the most expensive foundation. I personally have found that drugstore foundations work the best, and I have tried and tested expensive brands before, and I always find myself going back to drugstore foundations. So depending on what finish you want to go for, if you want to run out of the house and you don't want to apply a lot of foundation, you can definitely go for a mineral foundation. So I'll show you this one here. This is the Thin Lizzy Mineral Foundation. So this one has 15 SPF, 15 plus SPF as well. So what you do is you just pop that on using like a kabuki brush and you just buff it into the skin. It's really easy to use, it's very simple, and particularly for people that don't like a heavy coverage, you can definitely opt for a mineral based foundation. Another one is a CC cream. So this one is all about perfecting the base. So when you apply this to your skin, it basically just evens out your skin tone. If you suffer from any redness, any blemishes, anything like that, this will cover it. I absolutely love this foundation so much. It is a matte foundation. It's got buildable coverage, so you can go lighter or you can definitely build it up to be quite a strong finish, but I do find that this one lasts me a long time. If I put it on in the morning, say about 5:30 in the morning, it's still going pretty well by 4 o'clock, and I do have an incredibly oily T-zone. This is the Thin Lizzy Beauty Sponge. So I wet the sponge prior to application, which means that it won't soak up a lot of the product. There are lots of brands out there that you can try. An affordable one actually is by W7 Cosmetics. They are at Chemist Warehouse from memory, and they're very, very cheap and affordable, and the sponges are fantastic. This is the mini version of their W7 Cosmetics sponge, and it's very comparable. One is just a Zoeva makeup brush. It's the Silk Finish 102. So this one is used for buffing. So what you want to do is just pat into the skin. So you can see that it just creates a beautiful finish. It doesn't cake up when you use a blender, so when you use a makeup sponge. So I love to use the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Lite. This is my go-to concealer. I love the creaminess and the pigment of it. So what I do is I just add a little bit of concealer under my eyes. I do suffer from really dark circles. I know that they say less is more when it comes to concealer, but for me, I actually like to just add more. So it is completely your preference. You can definitely go for, if you suffer from really dark circles, you can add color correctors into your routine. So with under eyes, you want to look for color correctors that are salmon colored, and I have used them in the past. So I much do the same with this process, and I just blend it out using the beauty sponge. You can totally skip this step if you find that this is not something that you want to do in your makeup routine, but I love to add a little bit of bronze to my face. I just add a little bit on my cheeks, and then also on the temples of my forehead. I add it at my jawline, a little bit on my chin, and then a tiny little bit under my lips as well. So with contour, you just want to add it to areas that you want to create a shadow. I'll just add a little bit here as well. To the brush. Again, it's the same concept as the Beauty Blender. You just want to make sure that it's wet, because then it doesn't soak up all the product or it doesn't create a muddy finish. So what I do is I just go in and blend it out. By the Savvy Cosmetics translucent powder, so Laura Mercier translucent powder. So I'm going to go in with this one today. This is what it looks like. And just going back in with the Beauty Blender by W7 Cosmetics. So again, make sure that it's wet, because then it doesn't pick up a lot of the product and it doesn't also crease under your eyes. So what I do is just add it directly under my eye like that. Next thing that I like to do is apply foundation and powder foundation to the rest of my face. This is our Happy Light foundation. And I just pat this onto the skin. NARS multiple, so it is basically in the shade Orgasm, and it is a beautiful peach color. So I'm going to be using the Luminous blusher by Hourglass. Geez, that's a bit of a tongue twister. And I'm going to be using a Revlon Pro brush. So this is just, it's a contour brush, but I use it for blush, which I absolutely love the shape of it. So you want to use something that's fluffy. Basically, I start small and I drag it upwards. So you want to add it to your cheek. So you don't want to focus here, you want to focus on dragging it up. I'm going to be going in with the Luxe Face Paint Brush in 109 by Zoeva. Alternatively, you can definitely use a larger, fluffier brush if you want to cover a larger area. So what you want to do is you want to focus on adding that contour to the side of your face. Keep it simple with the eyes. We're going to focus on just using the same products. So going in with the NARS Laguna bronzer, I'm just going to work that into my crease. What you want to use is a fluffy brush like this. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. All we want to do is just add this color straight into the crease and really all over the eye. You don't need to be particularly precise with this step. You just want to build the color. Add your blush color straight onto your lids. So I actually like to do this directly with my finger. And what it does is it just ties the look all together. One with blessed brows, as you want to call it, then what you can do is just go in using a product like this. This is the MCo Beauty Magic Brow. Now this is sort of like the Benefit Gimme Brow. It's basically, you know, adds a bit of color and adds some texture to your brow to make them look thicker. So it looks like this. And you basically just brush it through your brow pencil. Now, I personally don't have one in my kit to show you, but you can get lots of pencils out there, both retractable or a pencil look, and basically use that to just draw in your brow. So what you want to do is use one of these brushes and then just brush out the brow. So this is a small angled brush. It is from the brand Mecca Cosmetics. I've had this for too many years that I can even talk about, but there are lots of other brands out there like Real Techniques or you know, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Zoeva. It doesn't matter really what brand it is. All you need is an angled brush like that. So I won't be talking through this in depth. I'm going to fast forward through because I'm going to create a more in-depth video around my brows. We're going to use mascara and an eyelash curler to basically create some definition. So I always curl my eyelashes. So what you want to do is just go like this, and then you squeeze and pump a few times. And what this does is just raises your eyelashes. It doesn't really matter when it comes to mascara which mascara you're going to go for. I personally love the Kevyn Aucoin the volume mascara, but there are plenty of drugstore options that you can go for that are absolutely fantastic. I personally love Maybelline mascaras. The falsies is one of my all-time favorites, so you know, by all means just go out and grab one of those. They work fine as well. So what we're going to do is go in, and I just like to wipe off the excess off the mascara pen because I've got hooded eyelids and I don't want to get any mascara on my lid. So what you want to do is go to the base of the lash, you wriggle and pull upwards to line my lips. So I'm going to go in and use the Mecca Max Pout pencil in Fancy. I do follow the natural curvature on the outside. So I'm going to add a lipstick on top, and this is the colour Faux by MAC. So I've just zoomed you back out for this last step, and then we're going to basically finish off this entire tutorial. Highlighters out there on the market. I'm just going to talk about two versions here that I have with me. So this is an Hourglass ambient lighting powder. So basically it just has 3 shades, the Lizzy highlighting trio, and this comes with 3 beautiful shades that in my opinion are slightly more intense. So it just depends on the look that you're going to go for. You want to use a brush that looks like this. So it has a smaller dome, and then basically just so you can have a very targeted application to where you're placing it. So this one is from Mecca Cosmetica, the Weaver Luxe Highlight 105 brush, or if you want something even cheaper still, you can go for a Nude by Nature brush like this. This one has a curved edge so that you can really sweep it up. I'm going to dip into this particular shade here. Concentrate on adding the highlight to the high points of your face. So I like to add it to the high points of my cheeks. This is just a last step, so if you feel like you over powdered your face and you've added way too much powder foundation and you look a little bit cakey, then you can definitely go in and add a Fix Plus spray. Okay, so we have to dry that off, and sometimes you can go back in with your blender and just pat in everything. So this is the finished makeup look. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.